Coming up on today's Code Bet Daily, a bit of yelling, because why not? We're talking player props, game picks, best bets. I'm covering a mess of the NBA preseason awards and stuff. How much fun is that, I'll tell you. And a little bit of NBL, because why not? Alex, what are you looking at?
A goal scorer in the EPL that isn't Haaland.
Interesting.
Nice.
Stats guy.
I clearly don't copy any of Alex's bets, mainly in the Cricket World Cup.
Good one. All right, Code Bet Daily coming up right now. Welcome to Code Bet Daily. It is Tuesday, October 10, all day. This is episode 211 of Code Bet Daily. I'm your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website. It's called Code Bet. Gentlemen, in a surprise quiz, you can find that where?
Codebet.com.au.
Nailed it in one.
Stats guy's like, oh God, where do we work?
No, I was like, what?
You can
like,
hear now. Stats guy.
Stats guy's like ESP. No, that's not
yet,
that word. I am joined as always by the Pontiffs. That's right, the Pontiffs of punting. Nailed it. Absolutely.
Wow. I wouldn't say
on top of my
nailed
game
it,
today. We have the stats guy who can now hear.
Absolutely. It's actually worse that I can hear you guys clearer, but yeah, it's good for a podcast, I think.
Can you hear this one? You're fired. There we go.
What?
And we've got Alex Donnelly over there.
Yeah, I can always hear clearly, so no problems there.
Wicked. This is code finally I can hear daily.
Absolutely.
He can see clearly now. Lorraine is gone.
He's Jimmy Cliff. The vibe over here of Stats Guy basically having his ear flushed, and we could play a game of like, what do you reckon's in Stats Guy's ear?
This is why I thought we needed to get one of those guns that we see on TikTok and put it in Stats guy's ear.
Can
What's
I tell
in
you
Stats
now,
guy's ear?
you would not have wanted to see what came out.
M&M.
A crayon like
Crayon,
Homer.
yeah.
That's up his nostril.
All right, this is Code Bet
Defense.
Code Bet Daily. It is what, it says on the tin. Codes betting and daily. We are talking player props, game picks, best bets. Do we ever rate my multi for today? I don't.
Unfortunately not.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday multis are a bit tough. So either way, let's get into it.
League.
What are we looking at? I'm talking some.
It's
Time for player props.
Very early.
You said you wanted a 4-minute podcast. Let's go.
We're getting there. This is like, now I know how Steph feels. This is brutal.
Pew pew.
Yeah,
anyway.
wow, hey.
Off the top rope. Anyway,
honey.
NFL and NBA for me today because the NBA season is fast approaching.
It is.
Stats guy, what are you looking at?
Bit of Cricket World Cup continues tonight and an EPL future while the international break is upon us.
Excellent. Alex?
Exactly the same.
Ooh, interesting. All right. We've already played the player prop drop, so let's just do it. Player props. Nothing for the actual specific games at the moment because in my fields of expertise, we don't have a game until Thursday. So these are player props, season-long ones for the NBA upcoming season. 20 points a game to average that. Hello, Franz Wagner.
I didn't know you could bet on that. That's awesome.
$1.57. There is Juan Pablo Banchero on the Orlando Magic. There's Mark Fultz, who he's basically me, can't raise his arm above his shoulder.
He's going to play pub cricket with you?
He might actually. Might be a half-decent keeper as well. And I think the one thing that they need Franz this year to do is score. And Franz Wagner was absolutely on that trajectory last year, right? And you saw him play awesome minutes in the World Cup.
Yep.
Franz Wagner was at, I think, 18 and a half last
was it that
year.
much? I would have said 16, 17.
Yeah. So I think this is the year that we see him just take, what is it? Year 3. So it's the classic sort of just pop over that 20-point a game mark. He's been incredibly durable and the shooting was better last year, ticked up a couple of percentage points. The 3-point shooting went up a little bit. I think you'll see his volume on threes probably raise a little bit more as well with Paolo sort of asserting himself. The threes go from 3.4 attempts last year to 4.5. That'll easily probably go past 5 this time. So literally, you need an extra 1.4 points a game. Give me Franz Wagner 20 plus a game, $1.57, 22 points a game. Brad Beal, bloke's averaged 30 in a season. Now he's on Phoenix. He'll be a little bit more team, I don't know, he's the third banana basically in this group behind KD and Booker. But we've talked about this before, Stats Guy. KD and Booker and Beal might also sort of be doing a bit of the old share it around.
Yeah.
Bit of rest. We don't have to go hammer and tongs the entire season.
Especially KD in the past has done that, yeah.
Brad Beal, 22. You could get that in his sleep. 25 a game. Mikal Bridges, $1.66. I like this a lot because there's no one else on that Nets team who can score. That's basically it. There's no one. It's like Spencer Dinwiddie. He's like, I'm Spencer Dinwiddie. Every 2 games I don't do anything. It's like, okay,
he'll drop
Spencer.
40 randomly and then nothing. Yeah.
Okay, Spencer. Cam Johnson will probably top 16 or so. But Bridges, he's another good look for most improved player as well because he would just take that jump to a absolute superstar level. Sneaky one, though. Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain. You're meant to shoot this ball. I was born here. $2.55 for Desmond Bain.
Really? Okay.
To go for 25 plus a game.
I'm having a look at his stats, actually. 22
What's
points
Jaymz
last year.
doing for the first month?
Getting his
playing
gun
with-
out in the strip club.
Yeah, playing with his
playing.
gun,
Not playing.
on Instagram.
Desmond Bain, 25 points a game. He was at 22, I want to say, last year.
Yeah, I just had a look at it. 21 and a half.
21 and a half.
So they've just got to get one 25-point game and we cash.
No.
They've got
trying
an
to-
average,
Average for the season.
which is a bit tougher.
Okay.
But Desmond
I
Bain at
think- I like
25
just
These
is
seem like really ridiculously easy bets.
yeah. Well, averaging for the season.
Yeah.
The,
Harder to do, obviously.
the problem is, like, Bridges for 25, that should be an absolute lock.
I think the first three are absolute locks.
And Desmond Bain's the longest shot because it's 255, obviously. But he's gone from 9 points a game to 18 to 21 and a half.
So
he's gonna have
elevated.
35.
So he's elevated. He's doubled, gone up by 3,
And
gone up by a
his,
couple more.
and his 3-point shooting percentage is over 40.
Yeah.
And
He's
his
taking more shots every year,
His
yeah.
volume again should be much higher. So his field goal attempts per game have gone from 7.3 to 14.5 to 16.2.
that'd be around the 20.
Without Jar as well, he gets a bit of a chance to assert himself as like the number one option on that team too. And just go, hey guys, I might be like 5'2" and built like a bowling ball,
He's
but I can
built
shoot
weird.
the hell out of it. So check this out. Bang, 25 on your head. So there's my 4 player props that I'm looking at the moment. This is the cool thing. I'm just digging into the surface of the NBA at the moment. I've got a fun 2 weeks ahead of me. You're going to hear a lot more NBA gear. Alex.
Having a look at the most goals in the EPL without the cyborg Erling Haaland, who is now 3 games without a goal after he...
How is that happening?
Well, at the moment, he's currently residing in William Saliba's pocket. He may get out after the international break. So that's 2 consecutive games that Haaland's come up against Saliba for 0.00 expected goals.
Wow.
Yeah, suck it. Anyway, Alexander Isak to score the most goals without Haaland in this EPL season. So obviously Haaland on top of the league, only with 8, which is really surprising given, he averages well over 1 goal a game. And then you look, second place on the table are Isak and Song Heung-min. They're both on 6. And then you go down to who's on 5 goals. Jared Bowen for West Ham is on 5, which is unbelievable.
Crazy, yeah.
Mo Salah and Stats Guy's favourite, the Korean guy, Hwan Hee-chan. Shout out to Pep Guardiola from Wolves.
Called him the Korean guy.
Yeah, said the Korean guy, and then he scored the winner for Wolves against Man City.
called that Pep.
Just a pew 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 pew.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like just a giant FU.
And then
That is
Wolves,
so
Wolves
cool.
tweeted, the Korean guy scores.
Yeah, they literally did. Yeah, the Korean guy wins it for Wolves.
That's unreal.
It's
Lean
great.
into it. Love it.
Yeah, so they're all on 5, and then there's just a crapload others on 4. So you have a look through the season. Isak is much more consistent and a bigger goal scoring threat than Song will be throughout the season. He's going to get a lot more looks on goal. Son's got 5 of his 6 goals in 2 games. So you look at that and you go at the other 6 games that he's played, it's like, well, you've only got 1 goal, whereas Isak has only 1 and 2 goals all the way through. We've seen before he can put 2 or 3 together in a game very quickly as well. And Newcastle in this back half of the season after this international break, we'll have to start playing a bit more attacking football and score some goals, because at the moment in the table they're a little bit wonky, but they did start off slow last season, and Isak really grew into the season. So I think once they get a bit more continuity within this team, once they figure out the perfect balance between Champions League and Premier League, they're going to score a lot more goals, and then Isak should rocket up the table. Because I also think that Salah, the role that he's playing, it's going to be more goals to a Nunez, a Gakpo, other players like that. At Arsenal, it's going to be split everywhere, as it always is.
True.
And then for City, it's like Haaland a lot. Everyone else sort of split around on like 5 to 10.
Who was second last year?
Second last year was Salah, wasn't
Salah,
it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm still leaning towards Salah, but Isak at $9.
He's $9.
He'll be in the
great.
top like 4.
Oh,
I
no,
reckon.
Harry Kane was second. What are we
Harry
talking
Kane,
about?
yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
I
he's
believe
left.
it's pronounced Harry Kane.
He's
Kane,
left and
yeah.
we forget
We
about
forgot
him.
about him.
Yeah,
He's
he scored 30 odd goals. Like, had an insane season, but it's just like
Haaland did, yeah. I forgot
I was
about
like,
it.
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Don't mind it.
Stats guy.
A bit of Cricket World Cup player prop again. Got up last night with Rachin Ravindra getting over
How'd
50.
your total go?
I'm feeling, well, the total, obviously, your
Hey,
total didn't go great.
I
But,
was 50%.
I'm
I'll
feeling
take that.
great about my New Zealand bet, though. I'm just saying. They've just bought 300 on.
Yeah.
Well, that was not that much on
Yeah.
Netherlands. Like this
But
team's scoring 400.
Did
but
they
yeah.
win?
They won, yeah.
Did they
Yeah.
put over 300 on somebody?
Yeah. Most teams are doing that. But yeah, anyway. Rachin Ravindra got the 50 plus at $2.50, so I was happy with that. I'm going to have another crack at Pakistan taking on Sri Lanka. I really like Mohammad Rizwan. He's just a star of the ODI stage. He averages 38 runs in ODIs for Pakistan. Averages more runs against Sri Lanka than any other opponents that he's played. 111 in 7 ODIs.
It's a lot.
It's pretty good
That's not bad.
in ODIs again. Yeah, just against Sri Lanka.
111.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's-
Dev Conway averaged 102 this year in India.
Same
Yeah.
time.
There's a few guys-
Averages are a bit sneaky because you don't go out and your average rolls over.
Well, he's got, I think it's like 450s
Hey,
in like seven.
we will change the numbers to suit our narrative. Like the guy from Western Australia's like, it's unfair that Victorian teams have won 15 of the last 17 grand finals. It's like, what happened in the 6 before, you moron?
Yeah.
It's a very interestingly cut off number that he's on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, don't go back to the start of 2000.
Exactly,
Just go to 2007 onwards.
Yeah, exactly right. And then he's just in career best form. Rizwan, he's got 68, 103, 86, 2, and 63 in his last few innings. He's been absolutely awesome. Got 68 in the first Cricket World Cup game, and that 86 was not out against Sri Lanka only a couple of months ago. So he does love playing against Sri Lanka. Just think he knows how to attack. Especially when they lose early wickets, he can even stay in. So 30 plus is $2.10, which is really good value on Bet365, which is for some reason way more odds, better odds than anywhere else. And then 50 plus was $3.40. So
what?
All the
For
other
a bloke, your average is 111.
Yeah, against Sri Lanka, yes. But he had 86 last time. I think the 50 plus is really tasty odds at $3.40.
That's really
Can you
good.
eat value?
If
Well,
you
you
could,
can if
you
it
could.
hits.
Well, you
I'm
have to
just
say that
saying.
you can't.
If the bet wins and I buy a bar me with it, and I'm eating value.
Nice
True.
one.
Speaking of that, you still owe me a sandwich.
I do. One sandwich bet still incoming. All right, let's do some match and or game picks.
What's your best match or game pick?
What is my match or game pick? NBL Thursday, look ahead here with the Tassie Illawarra game. Two very interesting, weird teams to start off the season, stats guy, and the old NBL.
It is.
I
They're
just
not
want to
really
see.
cities either team.
Well,
Cities and
yeah,
states.
it's more regional.
Yeah, a state and at least like a little area.
Both very small areas.
I also
Very
don't
cold.
like big lines so far in the.
They've cost us a few bets, the lines.
In the NBL, like 7.5 is sort of towing the line, right? Of like, how big is that? I'm still going to go plus 7.5 with Illawarra.
Okay.
I will go the over 170.5 because these two teams, I think we've seen Illawarra, what was it, 113, 106 last week against the Phoenix.
Yep.
It was 96-81 when they lost to the Kings. So even if you just want to go the over, I feel pretty confident in this because Tassie, we've seen them just get on massive rolls and go, hey, check this out. It's another 3 in your face. Here's Milton Doyle bringing us home.
tearing it up, yeah.
It's been pretty handy, I think, with the overs. I think the Jack Jumpers, what was it, 80-75? Yeah, 80-75 against United last week, 80-72. So their offense hasn't really quite clicked into gear, but they had 95 against the Wildcats in week 1. So I'm probably just going to go the over for the moment, and we'll see if that line moves, but I'm probably leaning towards Illawarra plus 7.5 and the over. So if you combine those two, that'll probably get the 370-odd mark.
Yep.
And I'd feel pretty good
solid,
about that.
yeah.
We're also going to see how we go with my Monday Night Football pick.
It's on right now.
Which is happening right now with this horrible Raiders team that I feel like is really just going to let me down. Alex, game pick.
Yeah, pretty simple one. England to have a higher opening partnership than Bangladesh in their World Cup game later this afternoon. Let's face it, England are a better team than Bangladesh. In the first game, England had a higher opening partnership against New Zealand. And then when you compare it to the numbers of Bangladesh's against Afghanistan, England still came out on top. Bairstow and Milan can come out and just go pow pow, and they're all of a sudden on 60 after about 5 overs. You're like, oh God, we're in trouble here. And Bangladesh will, with the pace attack of England coming in nice and early and then needing to attack if they do bat second, it could spell danger. At $1.57, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to back the skill and talent of England over Bangladesh in this one.
Yeah.
I just don't like that sentence. The skill and talent of England. It's like, come on.
They're defending champions.
And it's Bangladesh. It's not like I'm doing it against, like a South Africa or something.
That's true.
I'll pay that. $1.57 is not bad. Higher opening partnership. Good stuff. All right, Sats guy.
Similar sort of bet tonight.
You've literally just copied me because before the show you went, I'm going to
It's a
look
whole
at this
different team.
most goals without Haaland. It's the same bet though.
Yeah, but it's not because my odds are almost
It's
double
the
yours.
highest opening partnership though.
Different
We
game.
don't have
It's a-
rules about following bets,
Also, it's a
Alex.
different
Like,
game. I don't know what he's doing. It's 3 hours later.
Settle down, mate. He's on the angry pills early today.
Yeah.
You're going to go punch a hole in the
Yeah,
green screen.
I can understand if I said England high or I said
It
Bangladesh.
would be hilarious if we went in Bangladesh, opening partnership, boom, in your face.
honestly tempted to do that now, but I'm not backing that.
Do it. Do it, you coward.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway.
I'm going a completely different bet, even though Alex doesn't know what's going on. Pakistan highest opening partnership and to win versus Sri Lanka. I don't know how that's got to do with England, Bangladesh. $2.30 for them to have the highest opening partnership and to win. Pakistan, they're in solid form. They've won 9 of their last 13 ODI matches. Sri Lanka also had the highest Cricket World Cup score against them the other day. South Africa tore them apart for 428. So I just don't trust their bowlers. I know South Africa are a decent one-day team and they're in solid form themselves. But if you're allowing that many runs and you're facing Pakistan, who have a really good batting lineup themselves, I'm not trusting them at all at the moment.
I don't trust either team.
I don't.
You don't trust
I think Pakistan can go all
No.
the way still. So but a lot of people don't trust them that much. But I do. I think they've had the highest opening partnership in their last 4 ODIs as well, including that last match against Sri Lanka. So I think they're going to win this one and have the highest opening partnership at $2.30.
That's a good one. I think, yeah, looking into just like completely fading Sri Lanka is probably pretty smart after that first game going, oh.
I still think they can bounce back. They're not horrible, Sri Lanka, but yeah.
I mean,
Pakistan
they're not
Pakistan look good, yeah.
Talk about the ceiling of Pakistan's batting. It's like chaos. So,
Pakistan, like every tournament, can sort of go either way. They'll either drop off or they'll make the final, I think.
yeah. It'd also be pretty funny if they just lost this one outright. So,
Yeah.
Which is very well within them.
It's very Pakistan. They get knocked
yeah.
over for like 150 and it's just like, what happened?
Nah.
And then they slap 400 in the next game against like India. You're like, wait, what?
Classic. All right, let's do some best bets.
Oh, God, I hit the other button.
Oh, geez.
It's best bets. It's best bets. It's time for all the best bets.
It is time for all the best bets. Here are just some quick early looks. I got 3 awards for the NBA season coming up.
Ooh, I'm
Defensive
interested in
Player of
this.
the Year, $8. Who do you think that could be, Stats Guy?
$8.
If you had to throw that out there.
$8.
$8. It's actually the second favorite.
I genuinely can't think. Is it a big?
Evan Mobley.
Oh, I would not have guessed him. I
Love Mobley. And I think
He's
this
good,
Cleveland team will be, this is like one of my favorite looks of this season. There's like, Cleveland could either fall off a cliff because Donovan Mitchell becomes a weird distraction because he's like, I very much want to play for the New York Knickerbockers of New York City now. And everyone's like, you suck, Donnie.
I think he
What
works
are we
well
doing?
with Cleveland, yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't think he realizes that.
No.
And I think sometimes you can get,
He gets sucked into the big team.
Exactly. It's like
narrative,
It's just like living in Cleveland. New
feed your
York.
own
That's true,
ego,
yeah.
feed your own ego kind of vibe for Donnie Mitchell.
Which state has less tax? That's one I'd go to.
Ohio.
Surely
100%.
Ohio.
I'd be staying in Ohio.
100%.
Yeah.
Having been taxed in New
New
York,
York.
it's
That's
a
why like a
double
bunch
whammy.
of golfers are either in Vegas or Florida.
Yeah.
No tax.
All
baby.
the
Texas, Florida,
tennis
and
players are in,
Nevada.
yeah.
You go
Monaco.
and you have no state taxes, state income tax.
Djokovic has like 10 houses in Monaco.
But Ohio, much lower. It's like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Mobley, $8. This is like the sort of
That's good value.
second, third year, sort of the big bump of just him going, oh yeah, I'm a basketball playing pterodactyl. Check this out. And he's just like an
That's a good
absolute defensive
comparison.
menace. The other one would be, if you want to go for the sentimental favorite, I guess, for a defensive player of the year, might be Bam. I just don't think Miami will be good enough this season.
I don't
And
think the spotlight will be on him as
the
much,
same
yeah.
things that happened to them last year, right? Like defensively, they were still very good and Bam led the way, but they were like a 500 team and no one wanted to watch them because you're like, this stinks. I don't want to watch this horrible team. They can't score. They get the playoffs. They can
And then
suddenly
they
score.
dominated
They
us.
roll your Celtics and away we go.
Yeah, that was
but
sad.
anyway, I like the Mobley play at $8 just because that's the sort of
I might get on that.
the profile of the player who then just sort of takes that big leap. Jaren Jackson Jr., I think, is still the favorite. I think the World Cup show that we saw from Triple J, though, is very much that, like, here's a kind of empty calories. It's like my diet. You know, it's a lot of that. Me and Zion just hanging out, empty calories. But the vibe for Triple J is, yeah, he's going to struggle. No Ja Morant.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and go,
Hasn't taken the next step yet. Yeah.
let's go Mobley. I think next to Jared Allen, he gets to sort of do a lot of the crazy athletic, lots of blocking, just the cool steals. His blocks and steals numbers should go through the roof this year, I think. So I love me some Evan Mobley at $8. Most improved player. The door is now ajar. That's no jar, that's a door. Shaden Sharp in Portland.
Don't mind that.
Always look at the high draft picks who then take that leap into actually being half decent when it comes to most improved player. One of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to most improved player awards is when you go, he was the number 2 pick. He's like, yeah, but he's most improved. It's like, no, he's not. He was the number 2 pick.
He should already be
averaged
good.
18 points a game
Should already be
in
good.
his first year. It's like, yeah, but now he's even better. It's like, but if we're grading on a curve, where's the most improvement coming from? It's not the dude who's like the second pick overall. It's someone like Shaden Sharp who barely plays in his rookie year, takes a bit of a jump because Dame's gone. Anthony Simons is like the leader on that team.
Yeah.
A
There's going to be a lot more minutes.
lot more minutes. I think they'll let him shine. Love Shaden Sharp. $21 for most improved.
Ooh.
Rookie of the year. He's the man who keeps getting forgotten.
I'm already
about.
on him, actually.
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
I've been banging on about this, I think, since the draft. $4.25. I don't think Wembanyama plays enough to get the award because you got to play, 60 games to get into the consideration for the awards this year.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's good.
New rule stats
I
guy,
like
keep
it.
up.
I like it,
think
yeah.
Chet will probably just hit 60 because I think OKC will be pretty,
coming off
play it safe
injury.
with him as well.
Yeah.
But I think OKC are going to be really good and they'll need him to play because they'll be fighting for playoff spots the entire season. And so for $4.25, that dude is unreal. He'll get lots of shine. Coach of the year, Mark Dagenham, OKC as well.
Yeah.
$11. $11. Really love that one because Dagenham is awesome at sort of just getting that rotation bang on, right? You got Giddy, you got SGA, you got a really fun, weird team. OKC are going to be like the surprise pack of this year. I'm going to be betting like the over-win totals.
Sort of like the Kings last year, but basically, rocket up a bit.
Very much so. So Dagenham is the coach of the year as well. $11. Rookie of the year, Chet Holmgren, $4.25. There's some awards for you. Alex.
Everton to be relegated from the EPL at $4.33.
Jeez.
Now, the way this season's playing out, it looks like we're looking for one position because Luton and Sheffield genuinely
when we got the tier categories.
Oh, yeah, when we do the tier, the Luton tier is now going to be the Luton and Sheffield tier.
I agree.
They are so bad. Bournemouth and Burnley aren't going great either, but with the way that they've looked and watching Burnley over the weekend, I reckon Burnley will be able to win a couple of games. They desperately needed this
over the weekend. We beat them 4-1.
Was it a 3-1?
No, 4-1.
Oh, okay. Great. Chelsea learned how to score goals.
Yeah, I
Good
know,
for them. So you should. It's Burnley.
I didn't say that.
Anyway, the way Burnley played, the way they played in the first half, it showed that against some of the weaker opposition than a team like Chelsea, they should be able to get some wins.
Yeah.
You should be good is what I'm saying.
I agree.
I didn't mind the way that they went about it. There's just a few tweaks that need to be made. So I think they can just scrape up and hold on. Bournemouth the same. They went in with the wrong game plan on the weekend. It was a little arrogant and they deserved to sort of get smacked by Everton, but they only lost 1-0. It was really weird. But I think they'll be able to pull it together.
3-0, I think it was as well. I don't know what. I just watch a different weekend.
He's watching match
Leo
week
goes
8
like this.
from like
I watched that
2022.
I was about to say, maybe I just wasn't paying enough of attention to it because it's Everton and
You saw the first goal in Burnley and you saw the first goal in Everton and you're just like,
Switched off, went, game's over.
Yeah, done. Yeah. Anyway, but Everton, they've only scored 9 goals so far this season, so 3 of them have come on the weekend. They really don't have much going forward, like when they go into their attacking third of the field and come up against some teams that have a stronger defense. They just can't crack them, as seen with their low totals so far. I think 1 or 2 injuries in their midfield. They are absolutely cooked. They have no depth whatsoever. They have no money because they're trying to put through a sale for the team at the moment. So they're not going to make any purchases because it obviously takes down some of the devaluation into the sale. So I'm just like, they're screwed. They're going to go down. They're in trouble. Like Sean Dyche's game plan will not work over 38 games.
Sean Dyche.
oh, I love Jordy Dyche.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I trust them more than the 3 teams that are in the relegation zone at the moment. But yeah, they're only a couple of points above. So.
Yeah, but also Burnley's start to the season has been rough. They've played like 4 of the top 6 teams in the competition so far this year.
That's not
$4.33.
Yeah.
Not bad. Statsco doesn't agree.
Nah. But that's all right. I'm going to go a different bet anyway. So.
Are you sure? It could just be the same bet.
No, that's exactly why I said different bet, because he's like, you can't be doing the same thing.
I like that your bet is actually substantially different to what Alex's is, but he'll probably go, it's the same bet, Statsco. What are you talking about?
It's actually
you're just talking about the same league.
Yes.
I wanted to not finish in the top 6 market because I reckon there'd be some good prices there.
I think there is.
I thought it was top 4.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have a look.
All right, Statsco, bring us
Brighton
home.
to finish in the top 6 at $1.90. This one will be a bit touch and go. I think they're going to finish around that 6th to 7th mark. They look amazing in attack once again. They've got the most goals in the league at the moment, which no one would have called for in the second international break. They've been absolutely awesome.
They leak a lot of goals too.
They do leak a lot of goals, but I think it's sort of like how Spurs play a little bit. They're going to be really attacking and they just play at all costs. So they're going to win a lot of games like 3-2. Got a lot of 2-0 draws like on the weekend. They've got young guys led by Evan Ferguson, Karen Matoma, who's been absolutely awesome. Then you got the experience through Lewis Dunk, who scored another goal on the weekend. I think they just got a great balance. They finished 6th last season. I think they look even better this season. Even though they changed a few players, they always just seem to be, last couple of seasons, just been up there.
They just go, all right, you're gone, all right, next cab off the rank. You're going to play that role. And we'll
everyone
say
that
for
jumps
100
up
million
into
in
the
2
next,
years.
everyone that jumps in the next
Their
role.
recruiting is the best in the league by so far. It isn't funny.
It's crazy. Villa, I think they'll drop out of the top 6. They're currently 5th. I just don't trust they've lost a few weird games and then they'll win a few random
At home,
games.
they're good. At away. Again,
yeah.
they're another team that's had a hard start to the year fixture-wise as well.
Yeah. So, then they should be pretty good. But I don't trust them to stay in the top 6. I think Newcastle are a team they're going to jump back in, and I think Brighton are going to stay in there. They're also a better team than Chelsea and Man U by far.
Definitely
at the
better
moment.
than Man U.
Yeah. Oh, not Chelsea.
Yeah, you showed a bit on the weekend.
Yeah, I still think we'll be top 8, not top 6. So I'm going to go Brighton top 6 at $1.90. I think that's really good value.
I think the biggest story to come out of this is that did Alex just give Chelsea some credit?
We beat Burnley.
What just happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
but
take
no,
it.
just Sterling actually looked like he was
Like
playing
his old
football for the
self.
first time in 2 years, and Cole Palmer was fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice one. We'll give us your top 6 then, Stats Guy, if you're going to say Brighton to finish top 6.
I'll go Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham are going to jump in there, which I'm pretty excited about for Ange.
Newcastle, Brighton.
And then Newcastle, Brighton. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. I think West Ham will push. Chelsea possibly.
West Ham will go down.
I don't mind West Ham still. And then Aston Villa, they've been going all right, but I think you got
Come on, Villa.
Villa will be right in there.
Mine's different.
Yeah. Who
I
have you got?
beloved Aston Villa.
Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Brighton, Newcastle, Villa.
Newcastle, Villa. Okay.
Yeah.
No Tottenham.
No, oh yeah, wait.
Four of
They're
their
In a
first.
surprise twist, Alex has gone, nah, man, I can't give Ange
I
any
agree that
credit.
they could
Four
drop.
of their 6 wins have been against 17, 18, 19, and 20th.
Yeah.
Once they start playing good teams, they will lose games.
They drew to Liverpool. They drew to
They
Arsenal.
drew to Liverpool with 9 people.
And Arsenal, you're a good team.
They haven't lost a
lucky.
game yet. What are
Yeah,
you
because
talking
they've had a
about?
horrendously easy draw. It's like Essendon in the AFL. Oh, their draw's so good. They're gonna fall over.
Liverpool and Arsenal are good.
For Ange. It's great.
Okay.
But honestly, Tottenham are not playing that well. They're gonna get smoked when they go up to
The
Newcastle.
unbeaten team is not playing that well.
Well, no, they're not. It's like when
North.
North Melbourne about a decade ago were 10-0. They went to Sydney and got their faces kicked in by 10 goals.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's right. North Melbourne's start to the season
Alright.
was crap.
They've got
Ever shrinking, like it's like you're out there, Mr. Miyagi, on top of like doing the crane kicks as the beach is coming in. I'm just like standing up against the sweep of the ocean. So
bloody hell.
what is going on?
All I say on that is you said they haven't versed anyone good. They've only had 2 draws, and that was against Arsenal and Liverpool, who are
A
both.
9-man Liverpool. Exactly.
It's a draw. It's a draw.
You can only beat who's in front of you.
Yes.
Right, that's it. Code Bet Daily done for today. We'll be back on deck for more yelling tomorrow. So get right around the show and the other shows that we have. We have NFL Australia. We'll have NBA Australia. I think later this week we'll have a hold all tickets.
Yep, massive
and
one.
the Daily Show. That's all it is this week because AFL and NRL are done. EPL's
EPL's
on break.
Oh, sad.
I'm on break. So it'll be pretty good. So like, review, and star them all. And check us a follow across all the socials, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Threads. And send in any questions, any bets you want us to rate, any multis that we should be rating via the socials. Leo will be all over it. Thank you, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Cheers.
AKA the Tottenham hater, AKA Anti-Ange. And thanks
I'm
as
happy
always.
for Ange. I hate Tottenham.
And thanks as always to Geraldo for producing. Thanks to me, because why not? What do we say, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
All right, may all your picks come in. Happy punting. We will catch you tomorrow. Code Bet Daily, out.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.